Leoha. Hello. Hello, hello. Long time no see. It's been a couple days, hasn't it? I guess it's not that long time. You guys have waited longer. Marlon, thank you so much for 10 months of membership. Cops, thank you so much for 26 months of wheel crease. Leah, how does it feel like it's been over 2 years already? I know. 26 months is insane. Leah, hello, Mita. Thank you so much, Amorons, that came over from the best stream ever, Ghost Trick stream. Thanks for hanging out together with me in there. I hope you guys have been enjoying Ghost Trick. I know I have. Let me see. How loud is it? Do you hear it? I can't tell if you can hear it or not. Oh yeah, you can hear it, right? Hello, I'm 18 now. What now? Congratulations, I guess you're allowed to stay in my chat. If you're 18 now, congratulations. You have been granted the exclusive access of joining our chat. Yes. Amoria, yeah, of course. I hope your throat feels better. Deep breaths if you're still feeling shaky. Yeah, I don't know. 18 sus, but it is 18 plus, so I can't be ageist about 18-year-olds, I suppose. It is you're on thin ice, young man, literally thin ice and literally young man. I haven't been 18 for years. Guess I gotta leave. Bro, I don't want to talk about how long ago I was 18. I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay? I have cheese and salami. So you hear me opening Ziploc bags. I'm opening my cheese and my salami. Okay, it's wine night. I had a glass of wine earlier with dinner. I made some pasta. That turned out, it was alright. I feel like it could have been better. During the move, somehow we lost a pair of tongs, and I have these. The tongs that I have right now, they're not even mine. They're Rumi-chan's, but they're like really short. So the pot is like too tall. So when I make pasta, if it's like noodly pasta, I can't like hit the bottom of the pan with the tongs. And I'm also really sensitive to heat and fire. So I couldn't grab the pasta on the bottom. So the pasta did the thing where it was like sticking together. And then so when I like cleared the water, it so it was like clumps of pasta. How old is your mom? So my mom is actually exactly, I don't think this is doxing. She's exactly 25 years older than me. She had me at 25. So I can't remember numbers or people's ages or anything. I can barely remember my own age, but it's pretty easy because my mom is 25 years older than me, so I just like add 25, which yeah, makes it easy for me to remember her age. Is she single? Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. She's not. She's not. I have my dad. It is not my birth father, but that's okay. He's my dad regardless. My stepdad. Man, I'm trying to figure out how to eat this. Give me a second. I have a bag of salami, and then I have a bag of cheese, and I don't want to put my fingers on it because then I have to touch the keyboard, and then it's gonna be nasty because the salami's really greasy, and so is the cheese. Okay, got it. Ow. That means you missed your chance. Yeah, exactly. I'm using a fork. I should have used a chopstick. I don't know why I decided a fork. I have pepper jack, cheese, and calabrese salami. Zesty with red chili peppers. And then my glass of wine. My extra tall glass of wine. Hello, Igni. That's girl dinner? Well, this isn't dinner. This is like dessert. Anyway, we're playing Nikke. Who's the guild leader, by the way? Union leader? Who is this? Why is it broken? Oh, bro. Do I have to... Give me a second. Will it work now? It's not working. Oh! Don't tell me Nikke's down. If Nikke's down, I'm gonna jump. Just kidding. I'm not gonna jump. Is Nikke working for anybody else? Have you ever played Magic on stream? No, but you know, actually, literally just today. Literally just today, I was thinking it's working for you. Okay, wait, give me a second. Let me just restart it. Just today, I was thinking about playing. Oh, actually, no, it was yesterday. I was thinking about playing Magic on stream, or just like in general, just like learn it because I feel like I lose a lot of context not knowing Magic. Like when people talk about other TCGs, like because Magic's been around for so long, a lot of people talk about it in the context of Magic, and I feel like as a TCG fan, even if I don't like the aesthetic of it, it just feels like I should, in principle, learn it. Also, thank you, Mr. Anonymous, for the $10 dono. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. With the blink message as well. But yeah, and I really like the new set, Burrow Bros. Burrow Bros. I want to play Burrow Bros. Oh, Bloom Burrow. Yeah, that one. I was close. Because I think they're so cute. It's like little squirrels. It's like little squirrels with swords. It's so cute. Sean Cena, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so it is on the docket of things that I'd like to try. It is. That being said, I have many things on my docket. A very full docket. So we'll see when I get to it. Hopefully sooner than later, but you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna promise anything. Starfire, thank you so much for 26 months of membership. Dame, 26 months. I know, isn't that crazy? Actually, it's mice with swords. Squirrels are necromancer. Yeah, right. True, right. There's a Palcry. Oh, I'm gonna build the entire deck around the possum. The possum card. Protagonist, thank you so much for 26 months of Whale Crease. We're old. Wait, is Nikke really not gonna let me play? Wait, what the fuck? Was my milestone mentioned? No, I missed it. Mimi, thank you so much for 26 months. I don't know how I missed it. Hope you've been having hope you've been good this week. Thank you. This week it hasn't been bad, but it has just been a little it's not been bad. Some unexpected stuff has happened. I don't know. I was debating on whether I should tell you guys this or not. And if I told you guys, I was debating on when I should tell you this. But I suppose the cat is out of the bag. It's not out of the bag, but I should let the cat out of the bag, literally, because I may or may not have a new cat in my house that may or may not have come from Serenity. he may or may not have come from Serenity's. Wait, Mita. Wait. It's so funny, Mita. I actually didn't tell you because it was happening in the group chat when you had bad news and you were telling us about bad news. And I was like, I don't really want to interrupt this with cat stuff because I felt bad. I didn't want to I was like, Mita needs to have her moment. And so I actually messaged Amoria separately and I sent her pictures and I was like, oh yeah. By the way, this is happening. I'll send you pictures later. I was waiting for you to have a moment. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, no, that was what was happening during that time. I don't know why the fuck Nikke is not working. But anyway. Yeah, so his name is Kiri, named after Palkyries. But also like Kiri cheese. If you're in Europe or Asia, you would be familiar with Kiri cheese. Cause he looks like a Palkyrie. Actually, I didn't even say that. Serenity was the one who said that first. She was like, oh my god, he actually looks like a Palkyrie. She was like, he's Valkyrie colored. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're actually right. So curious, if you do hear him in the background, you shouldn't, because he's locked in the bathroom. But when Serenity had him, if she talked about him, like, so if you watch her streams, you will see photos of him. So I guess I could show you guys photos. I try not to show you guys photos of my cats just in case it like doxes me somehow, because all of my cats are very unique looking for whatever reason. And but if you've watched Serenity streams about her cats, it is yappers. Yappers. I don't know if it has an S at the end or not, but yapper. That is Kiri. Dude, Nikke's not gonna work! I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself. What in Minecraft? I'm gonna have some wine. Relaunch the game? I did. This is my 3rd relaunch. I'm gonna relaunch the client. Give me a second. I'm gonna relaunch the launcher. Relaunch the launcher. Do. Launch. Oh, it didn't make me log in. Maybe I gotta relog. Well, let me see. I might have to. Let's see. Will it work? But yeah. Clearing cache? Clear cache in the launcher? Oh my gosh. Anonymous, thank you for the $10 dono. Either again or perhaps you were influenced by the other anonymous donator. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. I haven't been streaming much this month, so any bit helps. Really, really appreciate it. Is there a clear cache option? Let me look. There is a log out option, which I didn't do earlier. So if this doesn't work, I'm going to log out and then I'll restart it again. What's going on? Can you explain the Amoria tweet? Which Amoria tweet? What, did Amoria say something? Or the tweet about Amoria's stream? Is that what you're talking about? I'm scrolling on her Twitter. I don't see anything about me. Or are you talking about the meme that I made? The one where Mina ran someone over? Yeah, what do you mean? There's nothing to explain there. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Wouldn't you say? System error! I'll system your error. Give me a second. Normal group chat. It's literally our group chat. That's literally them. It's literally us. Man. My luck is just something else, isn't it? Okay, the login is not working. That's suspicious. Oh, now it's working. This name is Will. Thank you so much for 19 months of whale curries. It's 2 a.m. Palker time for a gorilla. No sleep tonight. Always has been. All right. 20th time's the charm. Let's go. What's favorite part of Nikke? The story of the waifus? Honestly, it's the story only because I think so. I was for a long time very much. Oh, it was Chad Curie. Look at you. Thank you so much for the 3rd dono today. I'm gonna assume that all 3 were from you. I really do appreciate it. I like that all the Palcuries put the Chad emote whenever Chad Curie shows up in chat. But I would say that like waifus are definitely a big one, but my favorite waifu is Dorothy. And Dorothy technically also exists. And this is don't cancel me for saying this, but she's basically in Blue Archive too. And I was kind of picking between Blue Archive and Nikke. So we did play both. Because she exists as Mika in Blue Archive, which is like, they're like literally the same character. I like fucking love pink-haired angel girl with yandere vibes and like white outfit. Like that's like so my vibe. But I think the story in Nikke was just a lot better than Blue Archive, at least from what I could gather. And so that's kind of why I ended up in Nikke. Also, the rates were a lot better. I think Man, I spent so much money to get Mika, I feel like. And on Nikke, I've basically gotten everything for free. Jub, thank you so much for 11 months of membership. Hi, Leora. Only 1 more month till you get your sword. System error. Am I just cursed? I literally, today, I was like, okay, what am I gonna, I'm just gonna eat salami and talk to you guys now because it's not working. I'll try again in a little bit. But I was like, what am I gonna stream today? I kind of want to stream karaoke. But then if I do karaoke, I was like, oh, but I haven't streamed much this month, and we're getting really meta here. But I haven't streamed much this month, and if I do karaoke, I have to turn off super chats. And I was like, kind of need the support. I kind of need the support this month, I think. So I was like, oh, I'll stream Nikke. I've been wanting to go through the main story. I didn't want to do Evangelion because I'm not a really big Evangelion fan. So I've actually been playing the thing, but I've been skipping it because I'm like, I don't have that much time. I don't want to go through a readout. I'm like not a huge Evangelion fan. It doesn't really matter to me. All I wanted was Misato, and I already got her. So I was like, whatever. I was kind of skipping. How's T-Pal's pull? See, he's gonna be so happy that he was like, okay, actually, him and Rumi-chan. I mentioned to Rumi-chan because we were watching Divine Z, 2 days ago, and I'm gonna message him. I said Pal's grades are asking about you, but I mentioned to Rumi-chan that like you guys were asking if she was gonna play the new Stoikea deck, and she was like, what? And then I was telling her like, yeah, because I mentioned you like Stoikea, and they were wondering if you were gonna play a new Stoikea deck, and then she was like, why do they even remember that? She was like, how do they remember? How are they remembering all that? And I was just like, I don't know. Palkeries, they care. They care. So anyway, I think like I told T-Pal when you guys were like congratulating him when I told you guys that he got a girlfriend. He was like, I'm kind of embarrassed, but he was like, oh, that's really nice of them. Anyway, I'm gonna have some wine. Title? Yeah, well, you know, wouldn't be off-brand, I guess. It's so hot. The AC's on. Maybe it's the wine. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn on the AC, or turn up the AC even. Give me 1 second. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. You guys are so funny. Is the wine normal? I would say the wine is normal. Question mark. Ghosty-chan, thank you so much for 23 months of whale curries. May the gotchas goddess bless you with good RNG. If not, I'll demand a refund. Aw, thank you so much. I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit, Ghosty-chan. I hope you've been okay. Fancy seeing you. You had some leftover ham on a toasted bagel? That's it? Did you put anything else in it? Did you just put like cream cheese or like some kind of mayonnaise or something? I'm not a big fan of ham. You know, I think that's what it is. I like a ham and cheese sandwich, and I think that's the only like state of ham that I will accept. I don't know if that makes much sense. How do I? Okay, let's see. Check update. I did update the client, so let me see. Ham is so peak. What? Braised brisket noodle soup. Holy shit, that sounds good. That sounds good. You had fried chicken nuggets? Oh my gosh, I need to go to McDonald's tomorrow. I haven't been to McDonald's in a hot second because I had heard from the grapevine, aka from Reddit, that the way that it's been working at McDonald's is that they've been given just a couple boxes and they're not allowed to open another box, and each box has one toy. They're not allowed to open the next box until they finish the first box, which is why on the first day, it's like everyone had like Dark Magicians or Blue Eyes White Dragons, or what was the third one? Karopi. So like it was kind of like whichever box they happened to open first. And then now we're seeing more like other characters, and I think that's why we haven't seen like Exodia at all. Like I don't think anyone get Exodia. I think it's because that's just like in one of the later boxes that they're probably gonna ship out to them like next week or something, which makes sense because in another country, I think it was Canada, the way that their collab worked was that it was every week was a different character, and they just outright said it, and they said if you want this character, come on this week. Like every week was 2 characters. But in the US, of course, it's like fucking janky, and they're not properly announcing anything. System error. Yeah, we don't get Red Eyes Black Dragon, which I'm so mad about because, like, if you guys know, I'm a huge Red Eyes Black Dragon fan. I don't give a shit about Joey, but I really like Red Eyes Black Dragon. I love Blue Eyes too, but I have always been, well, I mean, it kind of checks out, right? Like my favorite character was Shadow growing up. Like it's not, no one should be surprised. But I really liked Red Eyes. So Red Eyes was one of my favorite characters growing up, and so I'm sad that we're not getting Red Eyes. So maybe someday I'll have to buy it on the black market. Nikke is not working. Yeah, I don't know why. Repair. I'm gonna repair it. There's a repair button. We're repairing it. It's good. We're gonna see what happens. Joey gets clowned on one more time. I forget why we're talking about Joey. Who was I talking about Joey with? Who was it that I was talking about? I was talking about Joey with somebody, and they were like, yeah, remember his like sister, and she was like going blind, and I was like, what? No? And then I saw the picture of the sister, and I was like, oh shit, I do remember her. And then it all came rushing back to me. Okay, I've repaired it. Will it work? Your love for Red Eyes. I think you guys have seen my Red Eyes Black Dragon. I have like a pillow of him. They had the pillows at 5 Below. I actually really wanted the Blue Eyes one too. I just like dragons in general. I'm a scaly at heart, you know what I mean? Like dragons are kind of sexy. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird? I'm like mech and dragon sexual. I just think they're neat and kind of hot, but also mostly neat. Ow. Leandro, thank you so much for a super chat. Magic and 50% dragons, but magic's ugly! Ugly dragons! Dragon body pillow is true. Whatever makes you happy, Lyra. Fuck! System error. What do I do? What do I do, chat? Who do you think is the hottest dragon? Good question. I have to think on that one for a second. Honestly, maybe I'm not dragon sexual. I've never thought about that. The hottest dragon. I've thought about the hottest mech. The hottest dragon. Okay, I don't know. Nikke's not working. What should I do, chat? Do we just chat? Do we just chat instead? I don't know. Nikke's not working. Donut. Honestly, I want to play Donut. I do, but I don't want today's stream to get too long, and I feel like with Donut, I want to like sit and play for a while because I really like the game, genuinely. Chad here, thank you so much for donuts. Number is 5. Now it's already wrote something. What do you think of the no poo trend? No shampoo. I was like, the no poo trend? What the hell? Everyone's gonna die. No shampoo. Okay, so I don't think that no shampoo I don't know about. I've heard about people doing like shampoo alternatives. So like there was this one that I saw where she takes some kind of like something out of like a loofah plant and then uses that instead. And then obviously with women there is like a in general in beauty there is a thing where you try to reduce the number of times you shampoo, especially if you have dyed hair, but it really depends on your scalp type. So I tried that and it doesn't really work for me. So the sweet spot for me is 2 days of no shampoo, because the thing is I have really dry skin, so it's good to let my skin redevelop its natural oils. But if you have oily skin, you really need to just shampoo every day. It kind of just depends on your hair / body type, and it works really well for some people. And so there's people that I know that don't shower for almost like a week. So this, I know it sounds gross, but what they do is they still wash their body. That's why shower caps exist. And then they use dry shampoo, which helps them. And then what happens is eventually when you keep doing that, your body, like the way that it produces oils does change. So then you just don't like smell, or you don't produce like the greasy hair, even if you don't shower for a while. So that is how it works. That being said, it's not for everyone, like I mentioned. So like just because it's trendy doesn't mean you should like jump on it, right? And or like you're like, ah, yeah, good excuse not to shower. It's definitely not showering. It's a lot about just your hair and kind of like making sure that the oils are being, you know, managed. Whether that's you have too much oil, you have too little oil, right? So I think this kind of goes back to like the other conversation we had about hygiene, where it's kind of like a thing where people don't really understand how shampoo or conditioner works, for example. So like shampoo strips everything out of your hair, and then after that you are supposed to use conditioner, because conditioner puts back the important stuff into your hair. That's why you can't do a 4-in-1 or whatever, right? That there's like reasons why there's steps to this thing. And yeah, so I think basically what the no shampoo thing is doing is, well, if it's cutting too much of the shit out of your hair, it might be more damaging than it is helpful. And I think it's really important if you are a fellow like if you are balding like me, or if you have really thin hair and you have really dry skin / a dry scalp, it is something to consider allowing your hair oils to naturally replenish. That being said, it's gonna take a while to adjust, like anything else, kind of like keto diet or whatever. Like it's not gonna work right away. You need to give it time for it to actually do its thing before you can really make an assessment on whether that works for you or not. Yeah, I think hair care and skincare is not it's not a universal thing. It really depends on your body type and your skin type, 100%. Shampoo that comes with detergent doesn't work. It definitely does not. Bald Leora, I know. I have really thin hair, but like my biological dad side of the family, that entire line are very bald. They're like very bald, and like my biological dad is he's so insecure about his baldness. Ghosty Chat, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm playing the next level no poo challenge, having no hair that needs shampoo. Yeah, exactly. But like, I think it's fine if you if you have no hair, it's like you should just be confident or just shave it all off and be bald and like rock the baldness, right? Like the Eggman. We have the Eggman, you know, and he confidently rocks his baldness. I feel like that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with being bald, but I think when you're like balding and then you're really insecure about it and you try to overcompensate for it, a lot of times you just end up looking worse than if you were probably just bald and confident about it. And that's my biological dad, except what he does is he has like a toupee. He has a toupee that he glues on his head. He glues, it's like literally, oh my god. So my biological dad has gone through everything. I remember 5 or 6 years ago, he had a hair transplant where they basically take the hair follicles from the bottom. So he has like the crater, what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but he has like the crater balding where it's like he's like a kappa, like it's the top of his head's bald, but like the bottom of his head, like the back and the bottom of his head is full. A crown, yeah. He has that, and what he did was he had this transplant where they transplant the hair like follicle like roots. They literally take them out of the back of your head and they plant them in the top of your head. And it's super painful. Like he was telling me it was an extremely painful procedure, and there's only a percentage chance of it actually working. So he gets this procedure, right? And he like, I saw him after he got the procedure and his head, just looking at it, looked painful. And then it didn't work. Like it didn't stick. So like if you're lucky, those hair follicles will stick and then just become like natural hair follicles and like act like normal real hair. Or I mean, it is real hair, but like act like your natural hair. But if it doesn't work, it just falls out. And that's what happened to my dad. And it was really bad. And so now he just wears like a toupee. To be fair, honestly, his toupee looks really good. It's really hard to tell that it's a toupee. I was really surprised. I was really surprised that because when I saw him, I was like, whoa, what happened to your hair? I was like, your hair looks really good. What happened? And he was like, oh yeah, it's a toupee. And then he like told me he could like take it off. He was telling me about it, but it's like glued on his head with some like non-toxic glue or something. I don't know. And I was like, I don't know, at this point maybe you should just be bald. I don't know. You can just be bald. Rock the baldness. Be proud. Be bald and proud. Bald, I feel like bald is like it's a fashionable choice. You know what I mean? Anyway, I feel like my hair, because I've been destined by my gene pool to bald, one day I'm just also gonna shave my head. I'm just gonna be one of those bald girls. I'm gonna be like Britney Spears. I'm just gonna shave my head. You know what? Tilda Swinton looked fucking great in Doctor Strange, and maybe I'll be half as hot as her in Doctor Strange. So it's possible. There's hope for her, so maybe there's a little bit of hope for me. You know, you don't know. You just gotta rock it. Confidence. It's all about confidence. Anyway, that's my weird rant about being. I think it's just like hard to watch my dad sometimes when he's like doing his hair stuff, and I'm just like, okay, like I don't know, maybe you should just be bald and be okay with it. There's some people that are bald by choice so that they can wear wigs and have different hair every day of the week. Like I feel like it's you know, plenty of bald evil hotties in old sci-fi. Hell yeah. Who's to say that bald isn't hot? You know what I mean? I think everyone should be able to I think the hottest thing about anyone, more so than anything else, is confidence. I've been getting a lot of these things on Instagram. They've been like recommending a bunch of these things on Instagram that are like it's like there's a couple of them, but it's like these barbers that fix, what do they call it? They say something to hot or whatever, like you know, it's like these dudes that look like not great and their hair looks bad, and when they first come onto the Instagram reel, you're like, ooh, he's kind of ugly, and then at the end you're like, whoa, he's like a different guy, wow, he's hot now, you know, and like all the comments are like, holy shit, you changed him, you know, and it's just like a lot of those people are like like they're like balding and then they just don't know what to do with their hair because they're trying to cover the fact that they're bald. And then like basically the barber does a really cool thing where they basically take the balding but like make it work with the hairstyle, and it looks really good. And a lot of them look like way better afterwards. So, you know, I think, yeah, it's a lot about confidence and like how you hold yourself too, which is why I think hygiene is really important. This name is Vale. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's gonna be BBB, big, bald, and beautiful. True. That's what I'm gonna be when I'm older. I think I have a couple years left on the hair, but I'm not confident that it's gonna last me more than I don't know, I think in the next 20 years, I don't know. It's gonna go downhill. Maybe even in the next 10 years, it's gonna go downhill so fast. I don't know. I've you know, I'm nowhere near my peak anymore of youth. I'm old now. It's fine. It's fine. It's funny because I don't feel old. And I've said this multiple times, but I never feel that old in real life, especially because a lot of my friends are older. And then I started streaming, and then I was like, yeah, I'm old. To be fair, I did start streaming like 4 years ago. So I was kind of young when I started. I was younger when I started. I was definitely younger. So I don't know. I've been at it for a while, so you know. We all watch a stream where you shave it all off. Yeah, it'll be like a donathon. I've never done a donathon, but what if I did a donathon? It could be a donathon reward. I could be like at $20,000, I'll shave my head, and then I'll actually show you guys me shaving my head off. Not my head off, my hair off. It'll be like a, wasn't that a thing back in the day? Wasn't there like a challenge for that? You can donate the hair. My hair is, I don't know if anyone would want this hair. I actually have donated hair before, but yeah, I don't know if anyone will want my hair. My hair is really not nice. I really don't have nice hair, and it's also really, really sensitive. So I used to bleach my hair a little bit a couple times. I didn't even bleach it that many times. Okay, well maybe I did bleach it a couple times, but like anyway, after a while, I remember I went to the hairstylist and she was like, your hair is not salvageable. She was like, you have really, really bad hair. So I think probably you should stop doing anything to it. You should not bleach it, you should not dye it, you should not perm it, just don't do anything to it. And I was like, oh, okay, noted. Locks of Love, yeah, that's where I donated to. Mito, have you donated hair before? They're not happy to see them. No, yeah. So also I have like this weird thing where like, and every time I go to a new hairstylist, they tell me this, and I'm like, yeah, I know, because they're like, do you know, by the way, that your hair, one side of it is curly and the other side is straight? I was like, yeah, I know. I was really surprised the first time too. And then I was told that. So I don't know. I'm like the guy in Windbreaker. I'm the main character in Windbreaker, but instead of something cool like white and black, one side is curly and the other side is straight. You started losing your hair after bleaching it one time. Yeah, it's just like some people are just more sensitive to bleach and other people are more resilient to it. I have a friend that literally just like, her hair is constantly I have never seen her hair not bleached. And I'm literally like, how are you alive? But I think it's just that she has like a really strong hair. She was blessed with very, very strong hair. And I was not. The lore, write that down. Yeah, the one side curly, one side straight. It's very strange. I don't know why it does that. I'm gonna eat more. I have a feeling my cheese is gonna go bad soon. That's why I wanted to finish my cheese today too. But I don't think I want to finish it. It's a lot of cheese. It's a lot of cheese. I cut them up into little cubes when I first opened the pack of cheese, but it's still a lot. You know what's actually really surprisingly good with wine? Gummy worms. Really like gummy worms. Some people's hair is just built different. You know Whose hair is built different? Cocona's. Coconut's hair is like so thick and luscious and beautiful. Definitely unlike mine. But it takes her like a whole hour to dry her hair because of that. Serenity! Wait, Serenity, I was just telling them about Yapper. Is it Yapper or was it Yappers? I couldn't remember. I'm having red wine with the gummy worms. But honestly, I think it would be good with white wine too. Yeah, I was telling Chap that they gotta go watch your baby stream if they want to see, and how you were the one that put me on that of him looking like a Palkary. No, I told them that his new name is Kiri from Palkary. Oh, this wine is new. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know if I like this wine or not. It's a little sour. Hentai? Yeah, ignore that. Or not. I mean, it's on brand, I guess. It's on brand. I don't know. Ignore it or not. Do what you will. Is it corked? Yeah, it's corked. I opened it today. Okay, wait. I'm gonna have a gummy worm. Man, I haven't had trolley gummy worms in a really long time. So I bought these. I literally haven't had these in such a long... They're so good. Were they always this good? I don't remember. I feel like I've had some really disappointing gummy worms recently. Like the sour gummy worms especially. I don't really fuck with like non-sour gummy worms. I feel like those are not great. Most places will take back corked wine. Really? I just think it's just not to my taste though. I don't think it's bad or anything. Yeah. This is like more expensive than the Snoop Dogg wine, which I normally drink. So I was hoping it'd be a little bit better, but they didn't have the Snoop Dogg wine in stock. Snoop Dogg wine? That's my choice of wine. Genuinely. It's called 19 Crimes, I think. Or is it 17 Crimes? I don't know. How many crimes is it? Snoop Dogg wine. I'm looking it up. Yeah, 19 Crimes. It's genuinely so good. And it's actually pretty inexpensive. Okay, wait. Should I try Nikke again? Do you think it'll let me in? Let me in. I think Nikke's cooked for today, honestly. Man. 20th time's a charm. Is it working? Is it not working for anybody else? The PC client? Or is it just me? Am I just cursed? What's going on? Nikke's broken. You know, just classic Leora bullshit. I had this issue the other day. I had to clear the cache for it on my phone. Well, I'm using the PC client though. My phone is fine. You can't get on PC. Oh, so okay, maybe it's just a PC client. It's not just me. Thank you, suspicious cook. It's not just me. PC works for me. Well, must be nice. I wonder what that's like. Having things that work. Oh, these gummy worms are so good. I need to stop eating these. Maybe it won't system error us this time. Like blue screens of your PC whenever you try to install it. What the? What kind of gummy worms? It's the sour trolley ones. Ever seen the gunpla of Ariel doing the Nikke shooting animation? Yes. I actually think that week that like that video came out, I got sent that video maybe by 10 different people. Which I really appreciated, but it was just funny. I was like, ah, yes. Everyone knows that this is, no, I got system errored. Alright, Nikke is over. Nikke is dead. Dead in the water. Blood in the water. Oh shit, wait, Serenity, are you still here? Serenity, are you still here? I need to know, what's your favorite musical? I need to know. It's important for science. Very important question. Little Shop of Horrors. Oh, I haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors actually. So random, it's so desperate. No, we had like a moment talking about it on Twitter. You have to restart your PC after the updates to get to run. Welp, we're not doing that, so. Serenity, when are we gonna have a musical night for real? Like really? I really want to have a musical night. My favorite musicals. No one asked me, but just in case anyone was wondering, I really like the Legally Blonde musical, and I also really like Something Rotten. Those are my two favorites. I would love to. Yeah, we should do it. Those are my favorites. Why am I not surprised? I also like growing up. So obviously, like growing up, I had a really different, like what I got to see live and stuff was different. So those are still really near and dear to me. But growing up, I was a really big fan of Wicked. I've seen Wicked twice, and I was really fortunate to see what is the internet is for porn from? Wow, I'm like, my brain is not working. The internet is for porn. The internet. Avenue Q! Yeah. I really loved Avenue Q. Watching that live was just such a treat. Why do you think the net was born for porn? Yeah, oh, you got to see Avenue Q too. Oh my god, Avenue Q was so good. And then the other one that I really liked growing up was Les Mis. So when the movie version came out of Les Mis, I literally like died. I'm very excited for Wicked. I know a lot of people don't like the Les Mis movie version, but personally, I am a big fan. Oh, I also really enjoyed Spamalot. I actually saw that when I was growing up as well. Another growing up favorite. So Spamalot was really good, but I actually don't really remember much of it because it's been so long. Yeah. The movie was, yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the movie, but I like the movie because I just really like Les Mis, and I thought all the actors did a really amazing job, and I like just sitting there and watching them sing, because I think for a long time my only way that I consumed Les Mis was via their like anniversary concert that had like Nick Jonas or something in it. It had like one of the Jonas brothers in it, and I just watched that version like on fucking loop. I really enjoyed it. The Phantom of the Opera, you know, I don't really, I'm gonna say I don't love the Phantom of the Opera. It's really not one of my favorite musicals, and I don't know why. Just something about it never really stuck for me. I did watch Phantom of the Opera. I like, my mom really likes musicals, so I actually did watch a lot of musicals growing up, so that probably is why I like musicals so much. And I really liked I liked it too, but it's not one of my favorites, but I really enjoyed growing up. Watched Miss Saigon, is that what it's called? Something Saigon. And then also Fiddler on the Roof. But as you can see, like, I watched a lot of musicals when I was younger, and I don't really remember a lot of them anymore, so I kind of do want to rewatch them. Like Lion King, as well. I saw growing up, but I remember just being really scared because I was sitting at like an end seat, and then the actors in the middle start running down the middle of the lanes, but like in the aisles, not the lanes, in the aisles, but they wear like this really intense like stage makeup and costumes, and that like as a child that like fucking freaked me out, scared me to death. You loved the Aladdin musical? I really enjoyed Aladdin growing up because we watched it the musical and on the Disney cruise. It was really good. Oh shit, I also was obsessed with Mamma Mia growing up. Yeah. But it was funny because I think when I was obsessed with Mamma Mia, I didn't realize that it was a musical. I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but like when I was really little in my formative years, like in elementary school or something, my mom really liked ABBA, and then so she really liked Mamma Mia. So she would play the Mamma Mia CD in the car, like on loop, and that was my entire. I didn't even know ABBA was a group. I didn't know what Mamma Mia was. I just knew the song, so I knew all the songs because of that. But we listened to that so many times that I actually had memorized all of the like lines in the middle of the song. The like musical lines, because I didn't realize that they were musical lines. I thought it was just part of the song. I thought there was just dialogue in the middle of these songs. But like what there's like one where she's like, she names all of the dads, like Bill something and Harry, and then I would literally recite like all of that because I was a child. So you know, Hairspray was really fun to see live. Okay, I haven't seen Hairspray live. Like Hairspray in Greece, the movies obviously are fantastic, and I've seen the movies, but I haven't seen them live. I also saw West Side Story live. That was very good. But still not one of my favorites, but I really enjoyed West Side Story a lot too. I feel like West Side Story has a lot of fun choreo that I really love, like group choreo, anything with group choreo, which Hairspray and Grease has a lot of too. That like very like flash mob dance type vibe is good, but maybe that's because I grew up on flash mobs, like Luca mob, flash mob, back in ye old days of internet, you know, Cherno's perfect math class flash mob. Good times. I'm gonna have some more wine. Give me a second. But yeah, no, I'm a huge musical fan. I love musicals. I think they're just so awesome. I just love live performances in general. I just think there's just something so magical about live performances, and I particularly, this is like a really weird thing to have, and maybe you'll see that a lot of my favorite musicals have this, but one of my favorite tropes in musicals, or it's not really a trope, like a singing trope, song trope, is when people sing over each other. When they start like argue singing, that's like one of my favorite things in music. Something about that just like gets me going, you know. Yeah, Les Mis has a lot of that. A lot of people like overlapping singing, and it's just one of my favorites. But I just really like live performances as a whole. Give us an example. What's the song in Les Mis? What is okay, wait. Before we get to that, I actually never seen Hamilton. I know. Everyone is like, you have to see Hamilton. And when it was on Disney Plus, I really was wanting to watch it, but I just could not mentally commit to the like 4-hour movie time or whatever it was. Like something about that was just like a mental block for me. Because my ADHD gets really bad, and so I was like, okay, I'll do it another time, and then I just never got around to it. One Day More, is it One Day More that has it? One day more. No, I think it's one of the Javert and A Man on the Run. No, I don't know. It's one of the Javert and what's his face, 24601 songs. 24601. Yeah, Jean Valjean, that's right. Man, it's been a while since I've seen Les Mis. I was really sad when they took down that video off YouTube, the concert video of Les Mis. That was like a comfort video for me. When I was having a bad day, I would just turn that on. And it was like in the background, and it literally would make me just so happy. Or like in Wicked, there's that one song, I think it's Defying Gravity, right, where they start singing on top of each other. Yeah, I just really like that sort of singing on top of each other sort of shtick. I do need to watch Hamilton though. I do. It's I'm sure it's so, you know, what do you call it? Revered for a reason. You know what I really want to watch and I couldn't watch because actually I was supposed to watch it and then COVID happened. I was supposed to go watch Book of Mormon. I really wanted to watch Book of Mormon so bad. So bad. I've heard so many good things about Book of Mormon and I couldn't watch it. And I was really sad. Yeah, very sad about not being able to see the Book of Mormon. But one day I'll get around to it. I also have never seen Legally Blonde the musical live, which is like a huge bucket list item for me, and it makes me so sad. I literally even this is like so, I don't know if you guys know this, because you probably don't, but MTV actually had this show. It was something called like Finding Elle or something, and it was like trying to cast the next Legally Blonde main actress for the musical, for the Broadway musical. It was so janky and weird, but I watched that show because I would just take anything. I would take anything to watch any bits of the Legally Blonde. I love the musical so much. Really love Legally Blonde musical. It's just so underrated. You know what else is really underrated? The SpongeBob musical and also the Shrek musical. I think those are both fantastic. I actually personally prefer the SpongeBob one to the Shrek one, but I know a lot of people really like the Shrek musical like a lot. It is good, but yeah, just personal preference. I like the SpongeBob one a little bit more. I think my only gripe about the SpongeBob one is I don't like that they made Plankton like a rapper. I feel like that is my only nitpick with the SpongeBob musical, that I just wish Plankton stuff was not all rapping, because it's not ever really good. I mean, I think the musical actor does the best that he can do, but it just, I feel like, I don't know, I don't love it. You guys should definitely check out the SpongeBob musical. I think it's on a streaming platform because that's how I saw it, but wait, I'm gonna look it up before I talk out of my ass. Songwriters, because their songwriters are crazy. Like, if you see the list of songwriters for SpongeBob musical, is actually kind of nutty. It has David Bowie, The Plain White Tees, Panic at the Disco, Cyndi Lauper, The Flaming Lips, Sarah Bareilles, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but the time to say goodbye, that lady, Lady Antebellum, John Legend. The fucking the song writing cast on this was actually insane. So it really is not to be looked over. I highly recommend checking out the SpongeBob musical. I know it seems really silly, but it's actually so good, and I felt like the actors also did just such an amazing job of portraying the characters so well. And they actually won a what are they called? Tony for stage set and like just props and stuff. It's just like really whimsical and fun, kind of like the way that you would imagine SpongeBob to be as a musical. Anyway, this is another one that I would really love to see on Broadway someday. I'd love to see it live. It's just a really awesome musical. But you can watch the recorded version on a streaming service somewhere, I think. So, favorite song from SpongeBob musical? Oh, I gotta look at the list. Give me a second. I really like the Mr. Krabs song. That's really good. I actually really like the opening song, the Bikini Bottom Day song, and then they play it again at the end, and it's by Jonathan Coltrane. That's like a really good song as well. King Crab, thank you so much for 23 months of membership. If you have anything you want to do, just do it. The one regretting not going to Kanye West listening session in Korea. Yeah, so if you guys are not familiar what's happening in Korea, Kanye West had like a listening party, and then it ended up turning into like a 5-hour, he just did a concert. was very strange. I mean, very Kanye West of him to do, I suppose. But it was pretty crazy that because he hasn't done a concert or performed live in a while. But I don't know. Kanye West he's crazy. He's crazy now. I don't know if I'd want to be there. Yeah, just Yee. Sorry, yeah, Yee. I don't know. He scares me. I would not want to be in a room with him, even if it's a large concert hall shaped room. He scares me. And I used to be a really big Kanye West fan as well, so I don't know. I feel like he's like turned like just like too many drugs or something. Just like really scary person now. I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's awesome that they, you know, kind of call back to his more sane days, I suppose. And he is really talented. He's a really talented producer, but I just think he's a little cuckoo, a little too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for me, you know what I mean? How tall is he? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I've never been in the same room as the guy, and I'm planning on keeping it that way. Do you guys ever have like celebrities that you think are shorter or taller, and then you see them and you're like, holy shit, you're so tall, or you're way shorter than I thought? I think somebody like that, not for me, but Rumi-chan was telling me she got to see like it was like some kind of Avengers premiere, I guess, and it had, because she's like kind of like in the industry, and she got invited to this like premiere event that had one of the actors, one of the Toms, either not Toms, I read Tom in the chat and then I said Tom, one of the, what are the names, I can't do actors. I'm not good at actors. One of the Chris's. Yes, sorry, thank you. It was either Thor or Captain America. I don't remember which one. It was one of the Chris's, and she said she was so shocked because apparently the man is huge, just like tall, just incredibly tall. She's like, he must have been like 6'3" or to 5, and like just a massive person. She's like a huge person. And I think she was saying that it was his wife or something was also there, and she's also really tall. And she was just like, holy moly, these people are like huge, large people. And she said that was really surprising. I think the thing that really surprised me is because I am on the taller side, so I'm like around like 5'6", which I would say is pretty tall for like an Asian person, but an Asian girl. But I think like I was really surprised when I went to a basketball game, and I was looking at, you know, when you're sitting in the seats, right? You're sitting in the seats and you're looking down and you're looking at all these basketball players. They look so small because you're like so far away, right? And then you like start thinking relatively, because you have like the like people who, the ball boys, or like the referees, and they're all normal people size. And then you see them stand next to the basketball players, and that's when it kind of gets put in perspective of like, wait, holy shit, these people are giants. Like, if you stood next to this person, they're like 7 feet tall. Like, they're so tall. They're so large. And you just really get like, it's not even just normal tall. They're like insanely tall. Like, they're 6'5" average, right? So you're just looking at them like, yeah, they look so small from up here. And then you go and you're like, holy shit. Like, holy shit, they're so tall. It's their job to be tall. Yeah, but like sometimes you'll get the basketball players that are a little bit shorter. So like sometimes you'll get like a basketball player that's 5'9", and you're like, okay, that's a pretty normal guy height. And then you look at that guy compared to the other guys on the court, and you're like, holy moly, he looks like an ant next to these men. It's the same with F1 racing. The cars go way faster than what you see on TV. I heard that if you go to like an F1 racing event, it's like you don't actually see anything. I heard that they go so fast that it's like you actually can't see anything. And I had a friend that's like unfortunately really into like betting basically. And he was saying that like that's why horse races are still popular, because like horse races, you actually can at least have that moment of excitement of like, you know what's going on, and you can like see where the horses are, and you can kind of like get an idea for like how you're doing. But he was saying with F1, it's like, who the fuck knows? It's just like vroom, 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 and you're like, okay, is the guy I bet on winning or losing? They're like a gray blur apparently. Just like, yeah, and you can't hear anything either. It's like so freaking loud, and like, oh, I'm sure it smells really bad as well. I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be there. My dad likes to go to horse races, so I've been to a couple when I was younger. I haven't been in a really, really long time. I wanted to go after watching Uma Musume. Oh, I went to see a horse race once in Asia. That was pretty shocking. I feel like when I went in the US, also I was really young, so maybe I just didn't have an understanding of this. But I think what was really shocking in Asia was there was this one time where I went with my coworkers at the time, and we had all just, you know, we're just normie people, right? We're just like randos. We don't go to these things often. It's like, this is the first, one of my coworkers, it was her first time going, and another of my coworkers, he had been like maybe 2 times before. So all of us had just like kind of, you know, we're not like horse race goers. And so we're like, yeah, let's bet. Like, yeah, it's fun. Like, let's bet $20. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bet $50. And you know, it's like really chump change, right? We're just like betting. And like when my coworker, he was like, I'm gonna bet 100. We were all like, whoa, that's like so much money. You're crazy. And I obviously didn't win anything. I mean, it'd be a surprise if I won anything. But my coworker that bet 100 actually got a little bit back on his bet. Not like a ton, but he got like $20 or something. So he went to go cash his ticket thing. And while we were in the line, I think the most shocking thing, because it's all done in cash, right? It's not like, you can't use a card or credit card at these events. It's like all cash. Was the guy in front of us was like, he had given the cashier, the clerk, his ticket, and the clerk gave him like in cash basically, like it must have been a couple tens of thousands. Like it must have been minimum $20,000. Like that was, and he looked so sad. Like he was not happy. Like he was not like, yay, $20,000. It was very much like a oh no, 20. That was the moment of me being like, okay, that's really scary. Like that's like, you never want to be that guy. Like that's like the scary point of like doing gambling in real life. That was really shocking, like eye-opening for me. I had never seen that before. I mean, you hear stories about it and you hear stuff, but like that guy looked really unhappy. He was definitely not happy to be there. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's why I only gamble in gacha games and TCGs. Man, I'm just like basically like the reason why I love Vanguard so much. Everyone's like, Vanguard, like OTs, luck. I'm like, no, that's the best part. Hitting a heal on 6 damage. Holy shit. That dopamine rush. Unreal dopamine rush. That's the real shit. Nothing hits harder like the dopamine rush of top decking OT or heal on 6 damage. Dopamine. True. Anyway, that's why I can't you know, I'll never give up Vanguard. Donut Boy, thank you so much for 2 months of membership. If you keep gambling, the closer you're getting that W. Not professional advice, by the way. It's like quitters always hit before they, what is, I don't know what the phrase is. Winners always quit before they hit big. Something like that. Gambling's fun, but there's nothing to lose. True. The dopamine tuber. Gamblers always quit before they hit big. Yeah, exactly. It's like that meme of that guy, like he's like mining, and then the guy underneath him is like has a diamond. Roll and regret, then regret not to roll. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because actually I was talking to T-Pal earlier, because somebody asked about like how T-Pal's polls were going for Nikke, and he's like a huge Ray stan. And I know you guys were asking because I mentioned before that he only started playing Nikke because of the Evangelion collab, even though I've been telling him to play for a while. He didn't want to play for me, he wanted to play for Evangelion, but that's fine. I understand, I get it. But anyway, yeah, so he's been waiting for Ray, and then so he was kind of asking me, he was like, oh, I don't know, should I pull Asuka or not? I'm not really sure. He's like, I kind of want Asuka, but I wasn't really pulling for her. I really want Ray. And I basically told him, I was like, I feel like if you don't pull Asuka, you're gonna regret it later, because ultimately you like Evangelion in general. Like, you might as well just pull Asuka. You're gonna have just Ray later, and then you're gonna be kind of like upset that you didn't pull Asuka. You got double Asuka from a 10 pull? That's crazy. That's cracked. No, I think it took him a while, but it's fine because I think it took him like maybe 7 or 8 10 pulls, which is not that bad, and during that he got like 3 SSRs, so I think it's fine. So he got the Asuka he wanted. You want Asuka so bad but I have no pulls? Well, you can farm the event. There's a lot of ways to get gems and tickets right now, so good luck. I'm sure you can do it. There's still some time. Ray's the better one anyhow. She's a pretty good unit, especially for a new player. I heard that like Asuka and Mari are both like pretty high tiered in this particular collab, which is surprising because I also had heard that Nikke tends to try to not have the collab units be overpowered, so it's kind of interesting. I don't play Nikke, but I just want a leg, solely because she has my body type and she's so pretty. I love a leg! So based. A leg is such good taste. I love a leg so much. I would say she's probably in my top 5 Nikke waifus. Number 1 being Dorothy. Number 2 probably being Leona. And number 3 probably being a leg, I want to say. I'm happy we got Misato for free, but she's not an SSR. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think I would have used her unless she was super good anyway, because I feel like I have a pretty solid team right now. So I don't really mind that she's not an SSR. I'm just happy we got her at all. And I like that we got, is it Pen Pen? Right? Pen Pen in there too. So cute. The previous collab units were pretty much only relevant in PvP. This time they're going to be viable choice for other parts too. I do wonder if part of that is just like because like the developers have like massive hard-ons for Evangelion, you know what I mean? I feel like Evangelion fans are not to be messed with. People who like Evangelion, it's like they don't just like Evangelion, they like fucking love Evangelion, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I wonder if that had any leeway into that. More or less, Shift Up CEO is a huge Evangelion fan. I can't tell if you're saying that as a joke or if like really you're saying that, but I would believe it if you're really saying that. If you talk bad about Evangelion, they will shank you. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why I feel like no, like for real. Yeah, no, I believe it. I mean, personally, I'm like, I think Evangelion's alright. CEO drew Evangelion fan art before. Wait, that's so funny. He made Asuka fan art. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I think Evangelion's alright. I have a couple Evangelion artifacts that I really treasure, but I watched Evangelion pretty late, so I feel like I didn't really have that buff of, you know, I think the reason why most people love Evangelion so much is kind of because it was the first anime to really go there, like to explore mental health, to explore like certain aspects of these things, or like it's like the psyche, and there's a lot of like very deep psychological implications of Evangelion that I think anime hadn't really like had only brushed up on in the past. So I totally understand why people, and it was very abstract also for its time, and so I feel like I completely understand why people think Evangelion is so amazing and why they love it. But I think for me, the reason why I don't have that is I just watched Evangelion really late. I don't know. I think I just watched it so late in my life that I didn't really get that sort of like whatever from it. I was too busy watching Gundam and Zoids, I guess. for my mechs. Beta thanks so much for 18 months of Wheel Crease. My Grand Archive singles are now dressed up in special Euro well curious leaves. Thank you. What deck are you building? Ramsey, thank you so much for 26 months of Whale Crease. Notice a Nikke stream, enter and see anime 2 as the title. Yep, I'm in a Lyra stream. Like the way that she was always here. Yeah, hey, I haven't been gone that long. I've been gone like, what, 5 days? 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, maybe I've been gone a week. Maybe I've been gone a week. Okay, well, it's been a while. You guys have separation anxiety. I'm telling you, you guys need help. You're building Fire Tenor is cool. I haven't played Grand Archive in a hot minute, but I've been wanting to. It's a really fun game. I really have been wanting to play Vanguard recently because of the tournament. It just got me itching for Vanguard again. And I also want to build my Digimon deck with the best Digimon ever, Metallicdramon. BB does thank you so much for 14 months of membership. Hi, I'm new here as a title normal. Shut the fuck up. You literally 14 months. You've been here like longer than a year. What do you mean? 5 days in eternity felt like you G-worded. What the heck? What the heck? You can't just kill me off like that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think last week was like a huge struggle bus for me, especially because, and I'm sure some of you guys saw my like literal mental breakdown happening live on Discord. I was like when was that actually? Maybe that was earlier this week. It might have been earlier this week. But I was having like a mental breakdown on Discord because some idol stuff. Yeah, it's been rough in idol world. I've just been like generally stressed out, and then I had like all this idol stress on top of it, and then I went through all the like stages of grief of like, I can't believe this is happening, and I cried about it and I drank about it, and I was just like so upset about it. And then I went to like acceptance, and then I had like a whole phase of like, I don't care what happens, I'm gonna support them until the end of time. My Oshi's still here and I'm just gonna buy all her merch. And then I went on like a shopping spree on Mercari, and then I bought like 50 pieces of her merch, and now I have this huge shopping cart with her merch in it that I need to buy, or it's bought. I need to have it shipped to the US. So yeah, that's a thing. And then yeah, I was going through it this week, okay? Maybe thank you so much for the super chat. Missed you enough. I had a dream with you in it. What the heck? I actually had a streaming dream too, but I don't remember what it was. Did you go on ZenMarket or another proxy site? I think Mercari goes through Bai, so you can just like buy it now. Who's your Oshi? I'm not gonna say out loud who exactly it is. She is unaffected, but it is from my favorite group, iLife, my Oshi group. I haven't really been saying it out loud because I don't want to inadvertently either even just positively affect or negative. I guess I'd love to positively affect it, but I guess I don't want to inadvertently negatively affect their brand or image or anything either. And then I also would be afraid if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in Japan, and then I'm at a live, and then people are like, I'm gonna go stalk Lyra at this iLife live or something, because I do go to a lot of their lives when I'm there. So no, I know it's really sad. So 2 of the members are graduating, neither of them my Oshis, thankfully, but one of the members, she's been there for a really long time, and I actually really don't know what the vibe is gonna be like with her gone, because I feel like she's like such an integral part of the group's entire vibe. And then the other one, she's newer, but I didn't really like her at first, but now I've really come to like her a lot. And I'm just really sad. And I feel like more than anything, I feel like iLife has just gone through so much shit in the past year. In the last year, the amount of member changes they've had, and the amount of graduations they had, and the amount of like switching members and probations and all this shit that's happened in 1 year is really not normal for an idol group. Really not normal. So I don't know. I've been really sad, and it was the point where for a while, earlier this year, there was a point where I was like, I really need to switch groups. I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, I don't know if no, my favorite member at the time had been on probation, and I was just kind of like, I don't really know if I want to keep doing this. Like, I don't really agree with the probation. I don't really agree with this, and I don't really agree with that. And I was just feeling really disheartened about everything. And then I tried for a little bit to get into other groups, and there are other groups that I like, but none nearly as much as iLife. And then I think after a while I had fully accepted, like, okay, it's fine. I'm okay with the way that iLife is now. I've actually finally like come around to the group as the current lineup, and I'm like really happy with it and blah, blah, blah. And then my girl got out of probation and she was back in the main group. And I was like, oh, great, happy, yay. And then they had their solo concert, and that was great. And I was like, wow, yay, happy, great. And it was all 9 of them, and it was all great and happy. And I was really finally feeling like for the first time in a whole year where I was like, wow, I can like actually feel like I can proudly just stand them again. Like, I don't really feel like I have to look for another group anymore. Like, I feel really happy, and I really feel like this is the future, and I really feel like everything's finally coming together, and everything's gonna be good now. And literally 2 days after the fucking concert, they announced the graduations, and I'm literally like in shock, a sobbing mess. I'm like watching all their old videos and just crying, chugging my beers, just like, what is happening? I literally finally got to the point where I was accepting it, and now it's like pulling the rug getting pulled from under me. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is not normal. It's not normal for idol groups to be like this. I know it sounds normal because you guys are all VTuber pilled, and in the VTuber world, it actually sounds pretty normal. But in idol world, this is actually not normal for turnaround to be like this intense. And for people to graduate this often. Usually, I mentioned this before, but usually in Japanese idol groups, if your Oshi is graduating, 99% of the time it's like for a good reason. Like they're moving on with their life. They feel like they have a new goal in their life and they want to do something else, or they, you know, are moving on to becoming management instead, or they're getting married, or they want to pursue something else like acting or whatever. The only time where it's like really sad is usually when the group itself gets shut down. Like if the group dies, then it's really sad. But usually a lot of those girls will re-debut under new names, sound familiar, in a different idol group. So that's like very normal. And even then it's like, oh, it's more sad because the group is dead. But if you're like very loyal to a singular Oshi, it's like usually not that big of a deal either, because a lot of times they just find a different group to go into. But yeah, no, the graduations in iLife have been really weird. I don't really understand why it's happening. I don't want to speculate because I don't think that that's healthy for anybody, especially for people who don't know what's going on. And I obviously have a very surface level understanding of what's going on because I do not speak Japanese. So everything that I can garner from the situation is purely through like Google Translate and shit. So like, I don't know. But it's been a rough week is all I gotta say, you know. It's been something. But it's okay. I think like so it was rough, and then I forced my friends came over, and then I just forced all of them to watch idol stuff for like 2 hours. None of them care about idols. It was like T-Pal's girlfriend, and I haven't given him a name yet. Neighbor Pal ? And Rumi-chan. So Rumi-chan also likes iLife, so that's fine. But it was like that group. I even made T-Pal's girlfriend, who knows like fucking nothing about Japanese idols. I think she was literally like, what the heck is this? I made them all watch a bunch of idol concerts, and I was like, that's my Oshi and stuff like that. And I was just mourning. And I appreciate that they feigned interest and allowed me to just do my thing, because I think I just needed to get it out of my system because I was just so fucking sad about it. And I just needed someone to talk to about it. You guys do not understand like how, like, I think it was really the whiplash. I think if it had happened even like a couple months later, I would have felt okay about it. But I really was like on my highest high, and then I felt like I just got dropped. You know what I mean? It was like I was at the peak of the roller coaster, at the apex, and then like instead of like having a wee fun ride down. It was just like a straight drop. Like the rails just fell from underneath me, and like I think it's more about like the journey of like how I was already feeling like this, and then I was like thinking about like trying to find a different group, and then I couldn't, and then I was like, oh, finally nature is healing, everything is good again, and then it wasn't, and then, yeah, anyway. I'm just ranting now, as I do, as I am wont to do, but I don't want to rant too much about this, because I really don't like talking about this stuff, because I do think it is really sensitive, and like I said, my understanding is so surface level that I think it's really dangerous to like talk about stuff that I don't have full context over. So anyway, but thanks for listening to me anyway, just rant about that. Yeah, it's been a week, but after that happened, I got Kiri, and then I've been on mom life, MILF life. The MILF life begins. I'm on working mom life. Kiri will, cause Kiri needs to be separated because he's really small, and my other cats don't like him yet, so I can't like have him sleep with me in the bed because I don't want to like crush him, and I also don't want him to be unsupervised while my cats are here. So I keep him in the bathroom. He's like locked in the bathroom at night, and I leave him in there, but around like 8 in the morning he starts crying because he doesn't like being locked in the bathroom. Surprise, surprise. He is very clingy, which is good. That's kind of what I want. Oh, and also I'm gonna just put this out there as like a warning, but it is a trial period. I'm gonna see how it works out with my other cats, because I do have 2 other cats, so I want it to work out before I like fully commit to it. So if in a couple weeks I'm like, oh yeah, we don't have Kiri anymore, like that's what happened. So I'm just gonna put it out there as a disclaimer in case people are like really confused later of what's happening, or if they think that I'm like abandoning my child. No, it is trial period. Serenity knows that too. I have like a friend who probably will take him if it doesn't work out for me. So anyway, we have stuff lined up, so it's not like he's just going into the abyss if it doesn't work out. But he'll wake up at 8 and he'll be like crying, and I have to wake up at 8 in the morning every day to take him out. And around 8, my cats are not in my room. They're usually outside, because I leave my door kind of like ajar, and they go into the living room, and I like to sleep in the living room. So Beagle and Tragel go into the living room, and then I bring Kiri into the bedroom, and I let him chill on the bed because he really likes to hang out on the bed. So then I'll like tucker him out, and then once he's like tired, he'll take a nap, and then I'll get his food, and then I feed him, and then he wants to play again, or I let him poop and stuff, and then he plays again on the bed. So it's been like I am on Kiri duty until around like 4 p.m. with like a little break in between, where I have breakfast / lunch. So I have 2 breaks, but until about 3 p.m. I'm kind of on Kiri duty, and then he usually passes out around 3, and then he's good until around 6, and then at 6 I have Rumi-chan, because she thinks he's really cute too, so she looks over him, and that's when I get to actually do my work and stuff. So that was kind of what I was doing a little bit as well. So anyway, it's been a mommy life. It's kind of funny because actually one of my really good friends, this will age me a little bit, but just gave birth. Congratulations. Yeah. Actually, it is a friend that I've talked about on the stream. It's Pan Pal. Pan Pal just gave birth. Congratulations, Pan Pal. She just had a baby, and she had a baby this week, but it was just like really funny because she had a baby and then I got a kitten, and I was like, it's like we, like those moms that like get pregnant together. I was like, that's like us. But what is really interesting is obviously I make jokes about that, and then I'll also make jokes like, it's a boy, like I have a boy too, I was like, they could grow up together, like we're childhood friends. The Osana Najimi like trope is happening. But so I was like, oh yeah, they're like god brothers. But anyway, besides that, what has been interesting, so besides all the jokes, was that she mentioned something where she was talking about how her son, or how newborn babies in general, can't see, like they can't what is the word she used? She used a really good word. Basically, their eyes are not very good yet, so they like can only see things in high contrast. So if it's like too low contrast, they can't see it. And weirdly, Kiri has that as well. And I literally was like, whoa, wait, maybe that's what Kiri's doing. Because I actually thought, because Kiri's kind of white-ish, I thought Kiri was maybe semi-blind. Because a lot of white cats tend to have a blind gene in them. So either they're partially blind or full blind. So I was like, oh, maybe Kiri's just like partially blind or something, or has like color blindness in a certain way. I mean, obviously like animals are colorblind, but like they can see certain colors, right? So it's like more of like a specific color blindness. Because there was this toy that I had that had like a white stick that had black ends on it, and he would only hit the black ends. And so I was like, Kiri can't see the stick. He like can't see it. I don't know what it is, but he can't see it. So I was like, maybe it's the white cat in him that's like making him a little blind. But then Pen Pal mentioned that her son, like, you know, she was like, oh, look at what I bought so that he can like see things. I was like, whoa, it's actually moms sharing info. It's like a real like mom to mom talk. We're like learning about babies together. We're learning about babies together. Time to buy one for Kiri. Yeah, exactly. No, so he has a couple toys that he particularly likes because they're very dark, so they stand out a lot on like a light blanket or flooring. So it's been it's been good. I just can't use certain toys with him yet, and we'll see if it's like human babies where he just needs some time for it to develop, or if it's like he does actually have partial blindness and he like can't see certain things. We're gonna have to see, but he can definitely see the dark stuff better than the light stuff. So did you know newborns can't drink water until they're old enough to eat solid food? Really? I didn't know that. They can just drink milk then? Is that how that works? Serenity did an amazing job. She bottle fed all the kittens. So Kiri has been transitioned very nicely. Thank you to Serenity to food. So I don't have to bottle feed him, thank God. He's eating normal food, and then he's also pooping and peeing in his litter box quite nicely, which is good because a lot of times kittens can't adjust very well to a new environment, so they tend to like poop and have diarrhea and stuff. But Kiri's actually been doing really good. He really adjusted really fast. I think the only thing right now is just like the cat to cat interaction, but obviously that's gonna take some time. That'll take about almost the whole 2 weeks, so I'm not in a rush for that at all. Speaking of which, you know what I've been doing during my lunch hour? Wow, I'm really yapping. I guess it has been like a week since we've chatted, but like, everyone, please watch Wonderful Precure. I know I had my doubts about it. I know there was a moment where I was like, I don't know if I like Wonderful Precure because I think Komugi is really annoying. Oh my god. Wonderful Precure is so good. It's so good. Actually, it might climb up to like my favorite Precure of all time. Like I don't know. And I might just be completely biased because I am a cat person or whatever. And so like the personifications of people's pets and stuff, like I don't know. Maybe that's like what's really getting me. But I think the thing is, as like a big Precure fan, that I can solidly say is so far, I think Wonderful Precure has had one of the best, if not the best, pacing in any Precure I've seen. I think the first couple episodes are slow, but it's fine. I think it all makes sense why it's slow. So I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. It's not super spoilery. The only spoilery thing that I'm gonna talk about is gonna be like on like around when certain things show up, like certain gimmicks or certain stuff. But that's like pretty general Precure knowledge, so I'm not gonna consider that spoilers. I'm not gonna talk about like specific events. But basically, I think Wonderful is really great because, and I actually talked about this with Poseidon recently, because I actually didn't know this with Poseidon. Well, I did know this. Well, no, I don't know. Anyway, Poseidon's also a really big Precure fan, so she and I talk about Precure all the time too. But like, but I always forget that she likes Precure, so we don't always talk about it. Like the last time we met up, we totally didn't talk about it. We should have, and then we're always like later, we're like, oh shit, that's right, you also like Precure. Anyway, we were talking about this before I caught up to Wonderful, where I literally told her, I was like, I think my problem with modern Precure right now is that almost all the Precure I've seen, I guess Tropical Rouge had a little bit of this, but in general, a lot of the Precure nowadays feels like everyone is just friends from the get-go. Like, they're all like, oh yeah, I'm a Precure. You're a Precure too? Cool, let's be best friends. Oh, you're a Precure too? Yeah, let's all be Precure together. And they're like, yay. And they like hang out and then they become besties. And that's like great and all. But then what happens is like, and they also have been releasing all the cures very fast. I think Hero Sky especially was like super fast. Like you get like all the main cures, especially in the first like not even 10 episodes, like in the first like 5 episodes, and then everything else until episode, so then you get like the first 10 episodes, like okay, they're Precures. Not even the first 10, again, first like 5 episodes, okay, that's cool, they all become Precures, that's so fun. And then from episode 6 to 30 is all filler. That was essentially what Hero Sky was, and that drove me crazy because I think Hero Sky, I really love the design and characters themselves. I think just the plot was just non-existent, right? So most Precure, the way that it's templated is that you get like the first 2 cures in the first 5 episodes, and then you get like 1 or 2 more, maybe like in the next episodes or in the way at the end, right? But they usually have quite a bit of like world building setup, and then in the middle for about like 10 to 20 episodes there is filler. It's very much like Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider is like this too. And then the last 10 to 20 episodes are always like insane story stuff is all happening at the same time, and it's like, whoa, like this is the actual plot, right? And if you know Kamen Rider, it's like very familiar, right? It's like same thing. I think Wonderful, what is really interesting about it was they were doing a really good job of doing character building while doing the quote unquote filler episodes. So the filler episodes don't feel like filler because in every filler episode you're getting character progression in terms of their relationships, and it's not quite the same as like was it Maho Sky where they fought a lot? Maho Sky, they fought a lot, I think. Sweet, they also fought a lot. There are a couple Precures where the main 2 Precures hate each other in the beginning, or they bicker a lot or whatever, and that becomes like the crux of their whole thing, and that's like, oh, they become better friends for it sort of thing. Those are a little bit different because I think the way that it was in this one is more like it's less about bickering, but a big thing is that Yuki the cat just does not like Iroha and Komugi. It's like she doesn't even bicker with them. She just doesn't want anything to do with them. So she just avoids them altogether. And then eventually she's kind of forced to join hands with them. And in that way, her relationship building up with the others is very gradual. It becomes like a very like, they're not arguing or anything. They're not like fighting. It's just like she doesn't trust them. She doesn't like them. But over time, you're like, wait, this is really cute because they're actually now like really starting to get along, and they're actually starting to become friends, and you just see like little subtle things, and then the fillers all become worth it. Whereas like in Hero Sky, a lot of the fillers were like, there is a baby. Oh my god, did you know she's a princess? Oh my god, she's a baby. Oh my god, she has to go back. Oh my god, she's back again. It was just like very like, okay, you could say that those are plot points, but it wasn't really a plot point, and it never amounted to anything, and thusly in my head that still feels more like filler. The slow burn platonic ship, yes, absolutely. So actually I don't ship them, but like one of my favorite interactions in Wonderful right now is Komugi and Yuki, because it's the dog and cat relationship. Komugi's like kind of like the dumb dog. She's like, oh, like Yuki, let's just like hang out and play, and Yuki's like, ugh, I don't want to play with you. But eventually she's like, fine, I guess, you know, like it's very like tsundere-y, but it's like that relationship build up, and the change from episode 1 to like episode 26 or wherever I am is crazy. I'm on episode 20. No, I'm on episode 28, and I have not felt like maybe one episode felt fillery, but that's it. Every episode has been incredibly enjoyable and interesting. And in the most recent episode that I watched, episode 28, because I think it's episode 29 right now, on episode 28 they just introduced the villains. 28 episodes to introduce the villain. That doesn't happen. Usually you have these like minor villains, And then you get like maybe the major villain gets introduced at 28. But this is like, there were no villains. Like there were monsters, but there were no villains up until the point. And I was actually kind of concerned about that because I was like, wait, there's no villains? Like what's going to happen? Like what's going on? They are fighting, but they're basically fighting the kaijus. They're not fighting like a person. So normally in Precure what happens is like a kaiju will show up and then everyone's like, the Precure will fight the kaiju and then purify the kaiju and turn it back into whatever it was, like whether it was like a car or if it was an animal or something. They'll return the kaiju back, and then usually like 5 or so episodes in, like some kind of weirdly colored, this sounds, I don't mean to be racist, but like literally it's like a purple or green or blue skinned person, so it's like a weirdly colored skinned person will show up and they're gonna be like the villain, and then they get beat and they're like, curse you, Precure, and then they come back and then they get beat again, they're like, curse you, Precure, and then they do that for like 5 episodes or 6 episodes, no, 5 to 10 episodes, and then eventually a stronger villain. So usually the first villain is like a dude, and then the second villain is usually like a hot lady. So then the hot lady will show up and then she'll be like, I can do this better than you. Like, I don't know why evil Mr. Evil Mao-sama trusted you with this. I could do it better. And then she'll show up and then she'll lose for another 10 episodes, and then a third guy will show up and then lose for another 10 episodes, and then the last 10 episodes will be the Mao-sama or whatever, who the big bad is. They'll usually materialize and turn into like some kind of person, and then they'll fight the big bad, and then it'll end the series, right? That's basically almost every Precure. I've just explained like every single Precure. The thing that's interesting about Wonderful, like I said, it didn't have a human non-kaiju villain for the first 28 episodes. That's crazy. That's like unheard of. And the villains came out at the same time. There are 2, and this is a little bit of spoiler, but they basically, the Precures don't win. That's crazy. The Precures always win the first time they encounter a villain. So it's been very refreshing. Like, it kind of leads you to like a, wait, what the fuck? Wait, what do you mean? And there's also a bit of moral grayness with the villains, where they're not, I mean, all the villains in Precure end up becoming like, you're not a bad guy after all. Maybe you'll be a good guy. But this is more like they have a reason for why they're bad. And the main characters are actually like, holy shit, are we the bad guys? They literally say that. You know how it literally goes? Wait, are we the bad guys? And that was like fucking mind-blowing to me. I know that doesn't sound mind-blowing, but for a Precure, that's mind-blowing. And I just haven't been like this hooked in a Precure in a really long time. So anyway, every day I watch like 1 or 2 episodes of Wonderful Precure, and I've just been like obsessed with it. And then I also got my freelance check, and I was like, you know what, I deserve a little sweet treat. And then I bought myself the compact. I bought myself the compact from Wonderful Precure, the transformation item. So I'm pretty excited to get that. I haven't bought a Precure item in a really long time. I think the last compact I had Futariwa's white compact, and then I had the Heart Catch compact, but I actually don't know where the Heart Catch perfume went. I lost it, and I'm really sad because they don't have, the shop that I bought it from didn't have the cat one in stock. They only had the dog one in stock, so I only could buy the dog one. I'm hoping that the cat one comes back in stock and I can buy it. The only thing is that the cat one is actual kids makeup. I don't know why they decided to do that. I just want like the item with the sparkly shit in it. I don't really need like fake makeup inside of this $50 toy, but it is what it is. So that's there. I haven't bought it, again, out of stock, so once that comes back in. But I was talking to my friend, and apparently in Japan it's like completely out of stock too. I think it's just been really popular. I think, gosh, both Mayu and Yuki are just such good characters. I feel like for a while I didn't like Yuki, even though she was a cat and she is very cat-like. I think there are things that frustrated me about her, but I think I really came around to liking her. But I really love Mayu. I feel like, gosh, Mayu's like just the best. I think she's just so relatable in a lot of ways. She's very like introverted, but she's like trying her best, and I just felt like they personified her really humanly, and I really appreciate that. You know what I don't like about Wonderful Precure though? I'm kind of coming around to him, but I don't like Satoru-kun. So I really don't like it in Precure in general when they add like a random dude to be like a random love interest. It is really cute when Mayu is like shipping them, because she goes into like shipper mode and she's like, oh my god, like Satoru, you like her, don't you? Like, oh my god, I bet you're thinking, wow, Iroha's so cute today. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm not thinking that. And he's like blushing. It's very cute. But I just don't like that trope in Precure whenever they do that. And a lot of times the guys get like fucked. I don't know why they do that, or like that one Precure where that one guy got cucked. Anyway, it happens kind of often. I don't know why. I actually just prefer when they just don't have love interest in Precure in general, personally, because I don't really want, I'm not here for the romance, but you know, it is what it is. I think some people like the romance, but fucked and cucked. Yeah, pick your poison, you know what I mean? Anyway, we are hitting the upper limit of how long I want to stream today, because I also need to make sure that Kiri eats before I sleep. I didn't finish my wine. I was yapping too much. Oh, it feels so sour. Ah! I'm not ordering this one again. Or I'm not buying this one again. Anyway. Leotsu, thanks for coming to my yap sesh. Sorry that Nikke didn't work. I'm kind of upset about that, but what can we do? I don't really know how to fix it or when it'll fix itself. But hopefully the next time I do a little gorilla, not Zazu. Next time I do a gorilla, hopefully it'll be working. Next week. Will I have a schedule next week is the question that I would like to ask myself. But I don't think I will. Unfortunately, I think next week might be another gorilla week for me. Yeah. It'll probably be another gorilla week. So we'll see. It'll kind of depend on Kiri's adjustment. I want to spend a lot of time with Kiri, especially in the first 2 weeks, because like I said, it might be the only 2 weeks, but we'll see. And I have some friends visiting from out of town, so I'll be out of commission for the entire weekend, I think. So I've been spending a lot of time with my personal friends, my IRL friends. I feel like I haven't, in the last 4 years of streaming, I haven't really prioritized my real life friends. Actually, we were just talking about that a little bit too with one of my close IRL friends. And I think they felt a little sad because I had really put streaming first for a long time. And I really put trying to form relationships as a VTuber first for a long time. And I think they felt like, oh wow, Lyra's like just so busy all the time and she just doesn't have time for us anymore. And you know, I apologize for that too. And I was like, you know, like I really did put that first and it was really important to me. I mean, it still is, but I think now I'm in a place where I'm not financially dependent on it, so it does help that I can kind of step back a little bit and, you know, catch up with my friends that I haven't really been able to chat with and put them first a little bit too. Obviously, like, I can't do that forever, but you know, at least while I can, I'm doing it. And then, you know, like my friend, like I mentioned, Pen Pal, she was really pregnant, so for a long time I was also just playing games with her while I could. So I would drop everything to just sit down and play games with her, because now that she has a baby, it's probably going to be a very, very, very long time before we can ever play games together again. So and that's just how it goes. I have a couple friends who are moms, so you know, I appreciate them making time for me as well, because I know being a mom is really difficult. It's hard work, not something that I could ever do, which is why I just have cats instead. I'm just a crazy cat lady. I will be the mother to my cats, and that's good enough for me. So anyway, Leotsu, I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And yeah, I probably won't be able to stream. Oh, maybe I could gorilla tomorrow, actually. I'll see if Nikke is working tomorrow. Maybe we'll gorilla tomorrow. I cannot stream on Sunday, I don't think. Because I'm running some errands with Rumi-chan. But yeah, otherwise tomorrow, or I'll see you sometime next week. Leo, so thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Sorry I haven't really been around, but thank you guys for being so understanding all the time. I really, really, really do appreciate it so, so much. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.